So 135 years. I'm sitting here like, yo, what do this, that, so forth, and it's in my head like, man, who is gonna help us out? Who's gonna get us? Who's gonna be able to call on the shams? I'm nervous, and it's crazy because I'm reflecting back as I'm telling you all like how crazy I was, how crazy Nuwaubians is and was, because we really thought, we really believe, and till this day, believe that shit. We really thought that it was gonna be some spaceships that was gonna come down and get us. And the reason why they can't come and get us now is because our master teacher's locked up. He knows the tones. He knows how to summon the ships, the shams. And it's crazy how he used to call the spaceships shams, because that's just what the doctrine was, a sham. So when he got locked up, I was fucked up. I went back to doing what I was doing. I'm running the spot, but at the same time, he's coming down, and I think he was off for spring break or some shit. So he got his own DVDs and shit like that, selling his own shit, and we just separate from one another. It's a Cain and Abel story. I'm sitting here, I'm fly, I got, nice clothes and shit. Chicks is coming up to me, asking where I'm at or whatever have you. If I'm not up there, they asking they asking him where I'm at. I've always been this intelligent person, regardless of whether I was Nuwaubian or not, so I could always carry on a conversation. So it used to be thugs, boo, educated niggas that used to come up to the spot and just hang out. Just hang out. Like one of the brothers, he's looking at it right now. He was one of the brothers that hung out. And we used to shoot the shit. We used to debate all types of shit. Like, man, I had love. Like, I got love there. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas would just come up to the spot just to fuck with me. Just to talk to me. Just to ask me questions. Yo, man, what do you think about this? And I ain't talking about like they sitting, like, I ain't talking about like they buy a CD and they talk for 5 minutes and they leave. No, I'm talking about I'm out there for about 4 or 5 hours and they out there. And when it's time for me to pack up and I'm folding down my table, they helping me pack my shit up. I got love at that spot. But anyway, shit start getting hectic. And what I mean by shit start getting hectic, I met the mother of my children. I had my first child, and I just knew, like, yo, I can't continue to do this. I can't hand over I can't hand over my child a table and say, get over there and start selling bootleg movies. Like, that's not a business that I can hand over to my children, or my child at that time, one child. So I, decided that I wanted to write a book. And I always used to write throughout the years. So I had all of these papers and shit, of my writings, and I just combined everything together. I sat down, I buckled down and started to type out every damn thing, and I got somebody to edit my words, and I got a graphic designer, and to do the book cover. I got a website done. I was doing spoken word CDs, so I was handing out promotional CDs, and I had flyers, and all of the website, the book, the promotional CDs, the flyers, all of that stuff was paid from bootleg CDs. I managed to save, a certain amount of money, and yo, I had a couple thousands off of bootleg fucking CDs, straight up. So this was the first book right here, A God Within. I don't know if y'all can see that. It's the back. And I really don't sell the book anymore, and the reason why is because I wrote the book, but the solution to the black plight was Dr. York. So it's a good book, but it has the Nuwaubian doctrine in it. you know, and on the website, it was, you know, my spoken word up there, but also I had a page where all of the sites that Dr. York, the He's Innocent, Malachi z.york is innocent.com and all of that shit, I had a page with all of those websites linked to that page. So basically this book, as well as the flyers and the spoken word CDs and all that shit, was basically a campaign for Nuwaubu. And I fell like right back in the trap of Nuwaubu. I told you, like, eventually I was gonna come back. So I got up with a sister that was in Athens, Georgia, and she would call me and she would send me information about his case and how, you know, he, you know, most of the victims weren't children, they were adults. And, you know, I was just feeding into all of the shit that she was telling me. So I was on board. I really thought that he was innocent and I was fighting for his freedom. You know, at that time, damn. At that time, you know, family members needed me. I mean, on a financial level, and I told them no. But I was busy sending money to the Blue Lodge, because, you know, of course, you know, Dr. York made up his own Masonic shit. So at that time, the Blue Lodge, I was sending money payments to them. I sent them damn near $1,000. At the time, his mother, Fatima, was sick. That's how it's up. But I'm gonna come out and reveal everything. At that time, Fatima was sick, and I was sending her money, but I would send it to Deborah York, which was Dr. York's sister, while Fatima, his mother, was sick. Fuck, man. My mother was sick. She had back surgery, and she needed money for her prescription, for her medicine. Did I contribute? Did I do anything for her? No, because I was too wrapped up into Nuwaubu to even. It's fucked up that I pushed my family to the side and tried my best to take care of a family that didn't give a fuck about me. I remember. So we're going into, you know, this is the early 2000s. You know good and goddamn well, the movies are fading out. The DVDs are fading out. The CDs are fading out. The internet is here. You got Napster. You have free uploads of music CDs and movies. So, times was getting kind of hard for me. Pause. Because people weren't buying CDs as much as they were in the past. And then it didn't make sense, and I realized it. I'm gonna buy about 10, 15 CDs, and you gotta put the CD cases, you got the CD cases in the car and all the rest of that shit. Why not just burn that shit? Plug it up, take your phone and plug the shit up, download the shit onto your phone, plug the shit up to your car, and you got what, the iPhone wasn't out that time. What was it? The i something was out. The iPods. Yeah, the iPods. Wow. You could download 500 songs, 1,000 songs, and all you gotta do, shit is this big. You plug that shit into your car and you good. So shit was getting hard, and I paused, and I put I bought a card, and the card said, "I'm sorry." And I wrote inside the card, you know, I apologize. And this is a card that I sent to Deborah York, Dr. York's sister, so that she can read it to Fatima. I told her, I apologize for, slowing down on the payments, because I would send like $50 a week to them. I apologize. Times is hard. I'll try my best to send money. If once things get better, I'm gonna double up, because I would send the money in money order form. And that's just how it was. And you know what? No thank you. No thank you. No one ever sent me a letter. No one ever bothered to ask me what's my number so that they can thank me. Same thing with the Blue Lodge. They took my money. Nobody thanked me for shit though. And that's where I got real religious. You know what I'm saying? That's when the doctrine changed again. Now the same people are the same gods and goddesses that we worship in Lil Inky, the ancient Sumerian text, as far as dealing with the Anunnakis, that Dr.York stole from what's that fucking name? I forgot his name. Shit, it'll come to mind. He plagiarized from that dude, from this white dude. I forgot his name. It'll come to mind. So the same gods and goddesses that we used to pray to, now the doctrine is changed and said that those are reptilians and they're trying to eat us. And that these ships, the spaceships that's supposed to come and get us, we have to be aware of Zachariah Stenson. That's the person I was talking about, that he plagiarized. These same supreme beings that we thought that was here to help us, that were our elders, they're coming down and they're eating us. We're harvest to them. And that the Holy Bible is a cookbook. And I'm sitting back and I'm believing this shit. I'm believing this shit. I'm feeding this shit to my children, or my child. I'm feeding this shit to the mother of my children. I got them believing in that shit. No facts. Never seen no sham. Never seen no Anunnakis. Never seen no Lil and Inky. Never seen that. But I got them believing in that shit. So, I'm seeing that the CDs are slowing down. I decide that I want to push my book. So I stopped selling the CDs. And I just went out there and started hustling my book. I used to go to Walmart. I used to go to festivals, homecomings, all types of places I used to hit up. And I took that hustler mentality that I had when I was selling the movies, when I was selling the CDs, and I applied that shit to my book. And I looked at my book as a CD, as a DVD, as a bootleg movie. And I was pushing the books. I was doing pretty decent. And then I would also, Facebook started coming around. The social network started coming around. So I would put my link on my Facebook page, and I would give a little, a little synopsis of the book or whatever have you. And people were going to the website and buying a book there. I would drop off books and shit. I've had customers buy from me from New England, Australia, damn near all around the world. And I was doing pretty decent. But it wasn't decent enough to the point where, how can I say it? Where I can actually stand on my own 2 feet. You know what I'm saying? Like how the CDs were. And it was a lot of hard work and effort that I had to put in. Like, imagine somebody such as myself coming up to you to walk to in a Walmart parking lot and say, "Excuse me, can I help you? Excuse me." And you saying, "Can I help you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a self-published author. I got this book of God Within." I start shooting, and then I'm like, "Yo, it's $10." Now, my game was tight. A lot of people did, say, "You know what? I'm gonna check you out. Here's $10." But just imagine coming up to predominantly black people, because this is This is a book about black people. Let's face it. But just imagine coming up to 100% of black people in a parking lot and asking for $10. Like, that's hard. Pause. Because niggas don't read. So most of my customers, they just bought it off of the strength of my gift to gab. That's it. Other than that, I'm pretty sure like more than half of the people didn't even read it. They probably used my book as a cup holder or some shit. Not a cup holder, but you know how you know how you got a table and you don't want to get that shit up, so you put the cup on top of something? That's what it was. So it was like, here I am. I'm selling this book. I need to be part of a bookstore. I need to be stable because I have a child, and then I got another one on the way. So then I found out they had a bookstore in Charlotte. So I got it with a sister that was in Charlotte, and I used to go up to Charlotte, right? Come to find out, they ain't have no bookstore. They were about to open up a bookstore. And it's crazy because Nuwaubians like to preach this unity shit, but there's this unity within the organization. So I used to go up to Charlotte, and there used to be two meetings. One, it used to be this sister that had the meeting, and then the other used to be this brother that had the meeting in this chicken rib shack restaurant. And both of them didn't like each other, but both of them wanted to open up bookstores, and I attended both of the meetings. So my plan was to move to Charlotte because they were about to open up a bookstore there, and I wanted to be a part of it.